Well, it wouldn't be New Day without a cooking segment, and I'm in the kitchen now with Matthew Tuller from Olympia's Lost Peacock Creamery. And get this, he's going to show me how to make one of my favorite cheeses, Chev, or more commonly known as goat cheese, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Well, welcome to New Day.
Thank you.
We were just talking about cow's milk. Sometimes it doesn't sit well with folks, so goat cheese is fabulous. So,
oh, yeah. Great stuff.
First of all, what are we making today? Just the basic stuff?
Just basic, what people think of in the U.S. is goat cheese.
Okay. And is
soft goat cheese.
Soft goat cheese. Is it chèvre or chev?
I call it chev, and the French people I've talked to say chev.
Okay, so
I stick with chev.
So it's chev. Okay, gotcha. Okay. So first of all, I have to ask, where'd you get the name Lost Peacock?
Yeah, so I was on the way to work as an ER nurse, and my wife called me, and we were talking about whether or not we want to keep going with the business, because, you know, beginning of business, fledgling business, things don't always go perfect.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she noticed on the other side of the fence, a white peacock jumped over our fence and just moved onto our property out of nowhere. So this lost peacock found its home on our property, and we took that as a sign that we need to keep going, and that was like 8 years ago.
That's amazing.
And we're doing great.
I love it. Okay.
So.
Well, that is a beautiful story, and I'm glad that I asked you. So, like, how do we get started? What do we got here? We got a big tub of goat milk?
Goat milk. You heat it to about 72 degrees.
How much goat milk is this, like 2 gallons?
Yeah, like, you can do a gallon, between a gallon and 2 gallons, depending on what you like. But a gallon will give you about 1.5 pounds of cheese.
Oh, okay. All right. So I just go get the goat milk.
Yeah,
okay.
You heat it up to 72 degrees over a low heat. You want to keep it moving the whole time.
Okay, so it's almost like making risotto, but cheese.
Exactly.
So you just keep going. Okay, so
just
I'm going.
Keep it moving. And then once it gets to 72, you just sprinkle in the culture. And most of the time when you buy the culture, like at a brewery place, is where you get your cheese making supplies, or online.
Okay.
You sprinkle it on. It has the rennet in it, which is what makes the milk hard, makes it change.
Coagulate?
Coagulate. Okay, nice, exactly. So I'm just gonna sprinkle it on while you keep going.
Okay, I'm going.
Okay, and once that's done, room temperature should be fine. So you just want to turn it off.
Okay.
Set it and forget it. Cover it up so nothing, no contaminants
so I'm gonna
get
cover
in
it up, put it back here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and now what?
And now, the next day, what you want to see when you open this up is a nice mass of curd, which is kind of like, it almost looks like yogurt when you have the little bit of whey on top.
Let me shake it for you. Can you guys see that?
Just a little, yeah, exactly. And see how the curd is pulling away from the sides?
Yeah.
That's what you want to see. That's perfect.
See?
So then the second step is simple. We're just going to scoop these curds into this colander with muslin cloth or cheesecloth.
Cheesecloth, in case you wondered.
It's actually made for this.
For cheese. Okay, not just making ghosts at Halloween time. Got it.
Yes. So I might be able to just pour it in if I do it right. Let's see here.
All right, do it. It gets messy. It's okay.
Okay, perfect.
Get it. Oh, look at that! Holy Toledo, that is so cool.
Yeah, and it'll
almost a little more.
It'll get really small. And I'll kind of show you about what it turns into here.
That is groovy. Can y'all see that? I can't tell. It's so white.
Yeah, so you want to drain it at about 72 degrees. But if your house is 68, which is normal, right? Then it's okay too.
Okay.
You want to cover it up with the sides, so it's okay to cover it, and that way no contaminants get in. And
how long does it take to do, like?
I'd say 24 hours is good. But if you want it to be more creamy, then you don't do it quite as long.
Okay, and so now, through the magic of television, this is what it ends up like.
That's right. Yeah, so unfold your magical gift and see what you got.
With some flair. I cannot wait, that's the same amount as that?
Yes.
And so it really condenses.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is actually it'd probably be a little bit more, but it's close to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
Now, typically, I do a little trick where I pre-salt, but you want to salt this because it's not going to taste quite right. So usually like a half a teaspoon when you have that much that's the perfect amount of salt for about a gallon or 2 gallons.
Okay, wait, when you salt it, you do it during the cheese process, or you have to wait till after so it doesn't affect the chemical reactions?
Typically you wait till after. Okay. It's a trick, but you can put it in before the culture.
If you put it in, okay, it'll still work. Okay. All right, well, let's get started into doing what we do next. So you take this and then you make it into these beautiful little different
We
flavors.
call them chubs.
Chubs?
That's a little chub.
So say chub. And so what happens next? So people can buy them and then create their own adventure, right?
Yes, exactly. So we like to have parties with our chubs where we have these chub logs, and you can cut it. You cut the end.
Like
and
this?
Then, yep, cut both ends.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Ooh,
yes, you're a
it just
pro.
came right out.
You're a pro. And then you can just, don't squeeze it out. Just cut that whole thing along the side, because then you'll have to unfold it. Because if you squeeze it out, it won't be perfect log.
Perfect log. I get you. You know what? This is, by the way, left-handed scissors are a real thing for us poor left-handeds. Okay, so here we go. Here it is, and now we can just add whatever we want.
Yeah, we kind of tried to do a seasonal thing here because we have freeze-dried pears, which fall.
Would that go with pumpkin apple pie? Like, what do you think I should use?
It does. I would do freeze-dried pears.
Okay.
Walnuts.
All right.
Do a bunch of it.
And just leave it here like this?
Yeah, just like pile it on. Do that whole, all of it.
All right, okay.
And then get a bunch of walnuts.
All right. Ooh.
We chopped up, you just grab them.
Don't worry, I washed my hands. I won't disinfect
and then
your chub.
I would do a little pumpkin pie spice personally, not too much, because it's mostly cinnamon. Pumpkin pie spice is mostly cinnamon.
Okay. Pumpkin pie spice.
Yes. Oh
And
my
then
gosh, beautiful.
Pecans, just because I love pecan. Okay, and now just
Yes. Roll it up. Roll it up. You can put a little pressure on it. You can go back and forth.
Okay.
And then if you want to get the end, you can. But then you got a nice roll, and you can cut it into like little medallions.
Ooh, well, let me just cut
give
it
it a
into a little
taste.
medallion and give it a taste right now.
Yeah.
I also love that you've used the chev, the goat cheese, in chili, which is something I never thought of before.
Yeah, it's like sour cream, but it's lower fat and has a little bit more body to it.
You know what I do? This is delicious. Your goat cheese is phenomenal. What I do is, because I can't do cream cheese anymore,
Yeah,
I use goat cheese on my bagels.
that's what I like to hear.
Yeah, all right.
You're my people.
I am your people. Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh, thank you for bringing your cheese. Thanks for adopting peacocks. And I appreciate you.
Thank you.
A New Day Northwest Kitchen is brought to you by Safeway.